Adrienne Montgomery with ERP VAR. We really appreciate you joining us today. We're going to get started here. We're talking about Acumatica key differentiators, automate the order to cash cycle, shipping and payments. And I'm so pleased to be joined by Starship and Nuvei. Just a little bit about the companies. Starship was developed by V Technologies, and they've been around for decades, since 1987. And they provide integrated multi-carrier shipping software that connects your warehouse to your front office. They rate shop dozens of parcel and LTL from one platform. So lots of different carrier options with FedEx, UPS, USPS, DHL, Speedy, LTL carriers, AAA Cooper, Saia, Old Dominion, RNL, XPO, and more. They provide ERP and e-commerce integration with Acumatica, Sage 100, Sage 300, Dynamics GP, Dynamics 365 DC, a very mature integration that has grown over the years with all the different requests that have been made to enhance the software. And so all of that functionality has now been adopted into Acumatica. And a little bit about Nuvei. Nuvei is a fully integrated payment and receivable platform, fully integrated in Acumatica. They have the capability of harnessing a full stack of capabilities when it comes to accounts receivable with Acumatica, a full support staff, great response rate to support customers and partners. And I'm going to let Kimberly get a little bit more into that. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Kimberly. Thank you so much, Kimberly, with Nuvei.
Thanks, Adrienne. I'm so glad you all could join us today. We're going to jump right in with a little bit of history on Nuvei. So Nuvei has multiple office locations across 19 countries, and we continue to expand all the time. So we started back in Canada in 2003 and expanded to the US and then moved into the global market. We started off in 10 countries, and now, like I said, we're at 19. So super exciting growth journey, and we're just excited to have you all join us on that. Today, our focus is going to be on the importance of a unified Acumatica ecosystem. On the Nuvei side, we're going to review how you can gain insight into the primary accounts receivable challenges that modern businesses face, including delayed payments, reconciliation inefficiencies, limited payment flexibility, absence of compliant surcharging solutions, and discover how to effectively address them. We're going to learn how integrating Nuvei's payment tools within Acumatica transforms AR operations, improves visibility, and accelerates cash flow, and also about Visa's upcoming commercial entity data program and how it could impact you. So here's 4 common areas that merchants experience pain points within their AR processes. The first is around manual reconciliation and data entry errors. Too much time is spent manually matching payments to invoices, which drives up labor costs. And manual processes increase the risk of errors, which can delay month-end close and damage customer relationships when disputes arise. The second pain point is around high day sales out and delayed cash flow. So businesses really struggle because customers can take longer to pay when payment options aren't convenient or integrated into the invoice process. This ties up working capital, makes cash flow unpredictable, and complicates forecasting, funding, and growth planning. Third, it would be the limited payment methods and poor customer experience. You know, customers today expect a choice: ACH, credit card, digital wallets, and without providing that flexibility, payments are slower. A clunkier limited payment experience leads to delayed collections and more support calls. And finally, lack of real-time visibility into AR performance. Without accurate, up-to-date insight into invoice and collection status, leaders can't make proactive decisions. And this just makes it harder to spot at-risk accounts early or adjust cash flow strategies in time. So when we talk about modernizing accounts receivable, the real game changer is embedded payments, a fully integrated directly inside the Acumatica ERP that your customers live in every day. Embedded integrated payments eliminate the swivel chair effect. Your team never has to jump between systems, rekey data, or reconcile manually. Everything happens right in Acumatica. You can vault customer payment accounts, securely storing their preferred payment methods, and use them to pay transactions directly in your ERP. So when it's time to collect, your AR team already has everything they need at their fingertips. And whether you're posting a new transaction or cleaning up an existing one, you can take a payment instantly inside Acumatica directly with standard workflows. So if your team is touching it, they can take a payment right there. No exporting, no batch files, no delays. And every payment automatically posts back to the right GL accounts as part of the standard Acumatica transaction processing. No separate reconciliation, no manual journal entries, no risk of mismatched records. And because every customer is different, we support the full range of payment options right out of the box. From your counter sales team to your field techs to your AR specialist, everyone can take a payment in the way that makes the most sense for the customer. Integrated payments streamline AR, accelerate cash flow, reduce errors, and gives your customers a frictionless payment experience, all inside the Acumatica ERP that they trust. It's faster, cleaner, and dramatically more efficient. And that's the power of embedded payments. So let's shift to the customer portal. This is where you give your customers a modern, intuitive way to pay you while you stay fully in control of the experience. The portal is designed to feel like your digital storefront, not a generic payment page. Merchants can configure brand colors, logos, fonts, messaging tone, so your customers get a clean, consistent, professional experience that reinforces your brand with every payment. Anonymous guest payment links allow customers to open a secure link, review what's due, pay instantly with no account and no setup required, which drastically reduces friction and accelerates cash collection. And behind the scenes, you get fine-grained control over how customers pay, all based on your rules. So merchants can restrict payment methods, enable automatic processing fee recovery, and send automated customer notifications. So you decide exactly how you want customers to interact with the portal, and the system enforces those rules for you. And for businesses that need to secure funds before fulfillment, the portal supports sales order pre-authorizations. Customers can pre-authorize a card, secure funds up front, avoid delays in shipping, delivery, or service. And it's seamless for the customer and lowers the risk for the merchant. And my favorite feature, which is our pay by statement. Customers can see all open invoices. They can select one or all, make a single consolidated payment, and it automatically applies it across their outstanding balance. So this reduces the number of payments your team has to chase and makes life easier for the customer. This customer portal is going to give your customers a modern, streamlined, and fully branded payment experience while giving your business powerful controls, reduced risk, and faster cash flow. It's simple for the customer, flexible for the merchant, and tightly integrated with your Acumatica ERP. An additional feature of our integration is our AR financing, which provides merchants with a reliable line of credit, borrowing against the value of their accounts receivable. You access lending directly within your Commerce Suite module by answering 3 basic qualifying questions and filling out a simple application. Within 48 hours, our partners at Canmon will confirm the lending options that they've extended to your business. You can select invoices to finance from the Commerce Suite Finance dashboard. Funding is transferred to your bank based on the selected offer, and repayment will be deducted from your bank on the due date. And Commerce Suite dashboards provide information for amount financed, amount distributed, fee information, and payback information. One of the first questions that we always seem to get is, how much is this going to cost? And the honest answer is that it truly varies by merchant. Pricing is based on transaction volume, card mix, business industry, and especially the fee structure. And when your team recommends Interchange Plus, it's because we know that merchants can benefit from level 3 savings. So what is level 3? Level 3 processing is a specialized type of credit card transaction designed for B2B and government. It allows merchants to pass additional line item and tax details with the transaction, which helps card networks validate the data and reward the merchant with lower interchange rates. Level 3 processing can reduce costs by roughly 0.5 to 1.5% per transactions versus a standard level 1. For B2B companies, that translates into massive savings. Here's actually an example of what that savings can look like. The reason I'm discussing this with you today is that this is becoming even more important with Visa's upcoming Commercial Entity Data Program, or CEDP, which goes into effect April 2026. Here's why merchants need to pay attention. Non-certified merchants could see interchange fees increase by up to 51%. Visa will add a 0.5% fee on all level 2 and level 3 transactions for non-certified merchants. And merchants who aren't compliant will lose access to level 3 discounts. And non-compliance can trigger audits and operational disruption. So compliance isn't optional, it's critical to controlling costs. This is where Nuvei really differentiates. We proactively certify merchants under CEDP automatically with no disruption to their payment operations. With Nuvei, merchants receive automatic CEDP identification and certification, minimal to zero operational disruption, the lowest possible interchange rates, and real-time monitoring as Visa requirements evolve. So when merchants ask about cost, the real conversation is about total cost of acceptance and how we protect and maximize their savings long-term. Nuvei ensures they don't just get the right rate today, they stay compliant and cost optimized going forward. When we talk about modernizing payments inside your ERP, Nuvei brings 3 things to the table: efficiency, savings, and deep ERP expertise. First, Nuvei helps companies save real time through level 3 processing. Level 3 data reduces interchange costs, creates meaningful savings for B2B transactions, and there's no installation fees, no maintenance fees, and no setup fees. We also help companies reduce risk instantly. Sensitive cardholder and bank data is stored in an encrypted, tokenized format. No sensitive data ever sits in your ERP. Fewer PCI concerns for your business. Integrated payments remove one of the biggest drains on AR teams: manual duplicate data entry. Payments post automatically, journal entries are recorded as part of the normal processing, no rekeying, and no cross-system reconciliation. And the best part, everything happens inside the system your employees already know. No switching screens, no third-party portals, no new workflows to learn. And unlike generic payment processors, Nuvei has over 2 decades of ERP and integration experience. We have a deep understanding of Acumatica workflows, dedicated ERP-focused support, and a partnership model focused on long-term value. Just walking through a high level of our sales process, you can see exactly how we bring customers on board with Nuvei. Our team of dedicated and knowledgeable sales executives work with customers to kick off the process of discovering their business needs, pain points, and answer any questions they may have. The Nuvei team will guide you through the initial steps, which include understanding your specific business needs, completing an application, and confirming pricing. We'll then schedule a product demo if requested. And this stage ensures that we align the solution with the customer's specific requirements and help them see the value of integrating Nuvei. Once your account is established, we assign a specialized engineer to handle installation and configuration, ensure a seamless integration into their ERP system, and customize settings based on the business needs. We provide a smooth transition by offering merchant training so you understand how to use the system, setting up support resources for ongoing assistance, and ensuring a streamlined process for merchants to start processing payments. Once live, the Nuvei team continues to provide dedicated support specialists to assist with any issues, ongoing enhancements to maximize system efficiency, and a long-term partnership that ensures the customer continues to receive the value. This structured sales process sets customers up for success and ensures that you see the full value of our solution. By following these steps, we make it simple for businesses to integrate and benefit from Nuvei's automation and payment processing capabilities. Here's our contact information. We would love to learn more about your specific needs and answer any questions that you may have about working inside your Acumatica ERP and AR payments. Thank you.
And I'm so pleased to have Matt St. John with us. Matt, it's your turn.
Yeah, thank you, Adrian. Make sure my
My pleasure.
screen is shared. Okay. All right. Well, thanks again, everyone, for taking time to join today's call. Again, my name is Matt St. John. I'm the Senior Sales Executive here at B Technologies. And today we're going to go through and just talk a little bit about Starship's integration with Acumatica, and of course, some of the different things that we do that makes our product a very robust solution. So first off, a little bit about VTech. As you see, we've been in business for over 35 years, as Adrian mentioned earlier, started in 1987. We do integrate with 14 other ERP systems, but again, today we'll talk about the integration with Acumatica. As far as Acumatica, we've integrated with them for, I believe, over 9 years now. But at VTech, all we do is integrated shipping solutions. So it really gives us the time to think about those little maybe carrier supported options or different workflows we find customers are looking to help automate. Now, Starship is also a certified solution for carriers like UPS and FedEx. So basically what that means is things like our shipping labels are going to be delivered to you already certified. We go through those pains so you don't have to. Other things with UPS and FedEx, they do offer subsidy programs. And because we're a certified solution, we are part of those programs. So if you do take advantage of them, just know you can use that free funding to purchase Starship. And of course, throughout the 35 years that we've been in business, our mission is basically just to offer a solution to help our clients really streamline, automate, simplify that whole shipping process. Basically, kind of say ship more, work less, but it's going to help offer reducing costs and again saving time on that whole shipping process. Okay. Before I jump into talking a little bit about Starship, just first off, just know it is a 100% cloud-based solution. So we do offer different plans based on shipping volumes. So we have plans if you're just doing small parcel or if you're also doing LTL. But really, Starship is what we consider multi-carrier, multi-mode. So really, as a shipper, you're going to be able to use Starship to process all your different type of shipments. So again, small parcel, LTL, blind drop shipments, hazmat shipments, international, third-party collect type shipments, or even one-offs. Maybe you have an employee that wants to ship something, so we don't have to pull data from Acumatica to process shipments. So again, cloud-based solution. Offering different plans based on shipping volumes, but with each of the plans, you also gain access to things like unlimited users. You do gain access to the carrier integrations that we have, which are currently up to, I think, about 40 plus. So again, that would be on the small parcel and LTL side. And then we also do offer about 12 integrations with e-commerce companies. So again, those are all going to be included with your different plans. All right, so start off, I mentioned a little bit ago here that Starship does support blind drop shipment. Nice thing with that is we can automate that whole process. So the connection between Starship and Acumatica, it is just simple data mapping. So we can basically take any of the Starship fields and point those to either standard Acumatica fields. If you are using attribute or custom fields, we can also map them in. We also offer different workflows, so we can pull by sales order records, or honestly, most clients, they do pull by the shipment record. But the nice thing with Starship, for example, if we're pulling by a shipment record, it does not mean we're just limited to looking at shipment fields inside of Acumatica. So some clients might have some additional information living on the sales order that they want us to map in to help select an option inside of Starship. So again, we can just simply data map fields. And if you want to do something like that on our side, it's not like we have to, we're gonna have to do custom programming. Again, it's simple data mapping. So we can really kind of customize and set up the system to meet your shipping requirements. So for example, with blind drop shipments, we can even set up Starship so it automatically changes the sender information. And then, for example, we have a lot of clients that work and ship for Home Depot, and Home Depot requires this special packing list that of course has their shipping information, their logo, has a whole return section. So with inside Starship, we can even create custom documents. So we have a document for that Home Depot packing slip, and on that basically template for that document, we can assign a printing rule that tells Starship, hey, only print or use this document if, in this case, the order is for Home Depot. So again, just different things we can help automate. So now as a shipper, I'm not sitting there and have to manually change the sender information and probably manually select, oh yeah, we need to use this packing slip. Again, that can all be automated. And then it's the same thing with third-party billing or collect, if anyone out there is doing those type of shipments, where we can set up Starship to automatically, select the carrier service, change the billing type to third-party or collect, and even map in if you have like account numbers, the customer's account numbers living in Acumatica, we can map those in. Starship does have a database for that information, but it's really going to be up to you if you want us to just store that information in inside of Starship, or again, just bring it in from Acumatica. But again, on that third-party type shipment, Starship's automatically going to populate all the correct information, billing type, customer's account number for me. We even validate the billing account when we do third-party type shipment. So, if we have an invalid account number, Starship is going to yell at the shipper and say, hey, you can't process that. That way you don't get stuck paying for that shipment. Okay. And then other things with third-party, like if you did want to, maybe add handling fees or anything like that, of course, Starship can do that. But usually third-party, the complete cost goes to the customer. All right. Now, also anyone out there is doing hazmat type shipments, Starship does fully support hazmat. And with hazmat, again, Starship also has a database for your inventory items. So we can store those items inside Starship's database, but in that database is where we have a flag to tell Starship, yeah, this item is hazardous. And then we also have a field for the hazmat profile. So those could be all set up. And again, we can automate Starship just to automatically know, yeah, this item's hazardous and this is the profile. And then kind of the same thing as, okay, yeah, now we're going to need, for example, like a UPS hazardous materials manifest, or the UPS or FedEx declaration for dangerous goods, even FedEx hazmat certificates. So Starship, again, will know, oh yeah, I need to print those special documents. And nice thing with the documents, when Starship generates them, really all that information is going to be filled out. So as a shipper, or maybe someone in the front office is currently manually doing that, again, Starship just automatically populates that form or documents with the information already filled out. And then, of course, on the LTL side of things, if you are doing hazardous shipments, we also even support like a hazmat bill of lading form. Right? So again, just from third party to hazmat, line drop shipments, Starship's just really going to be able to automate all that information. So again, as a shipper, I can just bring in my source document. I can maybe rate shop and then be able to process the shipment, receive my documents, and then of course Starship is going to update Acumatica with the shipping information. And then same thing with the international type shipments. I know I talked to a lot of new prospects, and I ask if they do international, and it's either no, we try to stay away from it because it's a pain, or yeah, we do, but it's the same thing. It's really a pain. It takes a lot of time. So with Starship, again, that can be all automated, where with our database, we can even tell Starship, hey, this is international shipment. Hey, here is the information like country manufacturer, Schedule B codes. So all that could just be automatically populated. So now as a shipper, I don't have to worry about doing any of that information. And then of course, because all that information is already inside Starship, or going to flow into Starship, we're going to be able to produce things like commercial invoices, or shipper's letter of instruction, or the commercial invoice or country manufacturer. Any of the type of the international type documents will automatically, again, just be populated with the data filled out. Also with carriers like UPS and FedEx, we do support their electronic feature where they'll electronically deliver them. So kind of up to you if you want Starship to generate them or just have the carrier send them. And then other things, if anyone are doing the ACE filing, we also support that whole process. For example, with like UPS, hey, I want my carrier to handle that. Or again, if you are going to the government website, we have a hyperlink, basically a button that will kick your shipper to that website. They can complete filling out the information, and then Starship will also return that ITN number automatically. Okay. And then as you see anything with like duties and taxes, we can help automate that. We have areas for, who pays for what, so on and so forth. All right. So the other nice feature about Starship, again, I mentioned it's multi-carrier, multi-mode. So it is going to allow you to be able to rate shop any of the carriers, small parcel or LTL, that we do have integrations with, and of course that you have contracts with. So really Starship is just pinging each of those carriers with your live account information, and we are automatically going to return things like published list price, your contract rate, things like ETA, number of days in delivery, so on and so forth. So again, being a live call, that way if, say, tomorrow UPS ups a fuel surcharge, when you rate shop tomorrow, you immediately gain access to those new rates. So there's no staging, any tables, anything like that. Again, live call. And then of course, small parcel side, Starship's going to return tracking information automatically. A lot of the LTL carriers, they do support things like returning pro numbers. They do also do, of course, here's your contract rate with the carrier. And then they can do things like electronic pickup, where we'll automatically ping the carrier to let them know that you have something to be delivered. Okay. So again, this is just a snapshot of some of those carriers that we offer integrations with. And as you see, we also do offer with anyone using like a third-party logistics company, like a Worldwide Express, Unishippers, over here, like Priority One, C.H. Robinson. So again, these integrations, if we are doing a LTL plan on the Starship side, these carriers are going to be included. Other ways we can help, do find a lot of clients, maybe want to do best way shipping. So sometimes they have a shipping code inside of Acumatica that says best way. And then we can tell Starship, hey, use that rule, bring it in, and then automatically select the carrier that's maybe the least expensive or maybe the least amount of delivery days. I even have I have actually one client that worked with them on they have a checkbox field. They sell chocolate. So anytime the weather's above, I think it's like 80, 85 degrees, they'll select that checkbox field. Starship looks at that, and then it knows, just in case the front office forgot to, automatically will change the delivery service to like a second day, next day. All right, so again, things like that, by selecting the carrier service, we can automate. If anyone, if you're doing things like freight rules where you need to mark up shipment, or, I find some clients, it's free shipping over X amount of dollars. So Starship can do rules like that where we add or subtract things, flat rates, min maxes, percentages. You can even go down all the way down to line item detail where, maybe, hey, this certain item, it's heavy, we're going to get charged with an overweight fee. So anytime we ship it, add an additional $10 or whatever it might be. Okay. Also on the small parcel side of things, Starship will show shippers the dimensional weight. So that is a big deal now with, it's not so much as how much you're saying that the package weighs or the package does weigh, it's basically how much room it's taking up on the truck. So Starship will rate shop and show the correct dimensional weight. If there is a difference, we will always rate shop at the correct dimensional weight. And same thing, it will go to the carrier at the correct dimensional weight. So later on, you're not going to receive that bill that says, hey, you sent it out at 10 pounds, dimensionally it was 15, here's the difference. And that's the same thing on LTL side. They're all going to that density-based pricing. So Starship will automatically assign the freight class for LTL shipments. And then also on LTL, we do support things like those miscellaneous accessorial charges, such as liftgate, inside delivery, so on and so forth. And of course, Starship's integration with Acumatica is bi-directional. Starship's integration is also live real time. So it's going to be live real time looking at the data, bringing the data into Starship, but most importantly, live real time pushing the data back into Acumatica. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have different workflows. So Starship, we can pull by sales orders. With that workflow, we can have Starship just update the sales order. The other option is have Starship automatically create the shipment record inside of Acumatica and update that record. But as I mentioned, most clients, we pull by the shipment record, they create those, and then Starship will just update the shipment record. Usually we can set it up where we mark that shipment record confirmed or complete, and then write back things like freight cost, freight price, tracking information, pro numbers. We even have a note section if you want to send back additional information. So really for the shipper, they're going to process the shipment, they're going to receive their labels, documents, and then Starship automatically updates Acumatica with all the shipping information. Other things that Starship does fully support, like with EDI, if anyone out there needs to do EDI, we do have integrations with companies like TrueCommerce or SBS. And those integrations really, a lot of the times customers do with the workflow is, yep, we're going to process that shipment through Starship. We can set up Starship to automatically print, if required, those GS1 128 labels. So Starship gives me my 128 label, my shipping documents, packing slips, what are the labels and documents that I need. And then, of course, it's going to update Acumatica with the shipping information, but then we'll also update TrueCommerce with that required EDI information for the shipment. Okay, and then they'll just take that and they'll transmit it, to get those ASNs, and they'll take it from there. So again, just a seamless integration, streamline that whole EDI process. Where now, a lot of times we find customers, oh yeah, I have to manually do an export file for that EDI requirement, shipping information, or I'm cutting and pasting it. Again, that whole workflow can just be simply streamlined with Starship's integration. All right, other things we offer, for example, our clients that are using UPS, we did just work with UPS, and we now offer this UPS Enhanced Declared Value, or EDV. And basically what this is going to do, it replaces that standard declare value. So instead of the standard declare value surcharge, you're actually going to save 30% on those surcharges now. You get better coverage, and then you're going to get reimbursed up to the full invoice value, not just replacement costs. And we also, through this program, you are going to gain access to faster claims. Okay, so again, if you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out to us. But nice thing we've done with UPS. Right. Other options, like I said, Starship on the small parcel side is multi-carrier. So, a lot of clients, because UPS is, if I might be using UPS and FedEx, I don't really want to use USPS, but again, it's going to be included. So a lot of clients, yeah, let's just throw it in there because it is included inside Starship. And they do find that a lot of times we do get better rates. Of course, it's going to depend on the zone and, the package weight. But a lot of clients have to come back and say, yeah, UPS is a good option. It's usually only 2 days. But the nice thing with our integration with USPS through Pitney Bowes, as you see, there's no volume commitment. You can cancel anytime, but you are going to gain access to these new CEC merchant rates. So kind of as an example down here, as you see, again, depending on the zone and the weight, can save anywhere from, we have 64 cents all the way up to over $1.20. So like I said, some clients just fold that in because it's included, and it's nice to see, because inside Starship, I am going to be able to see, hey, here's my UPS rate, here's the delivery days, my FedEx rate, here's the delivery days. And then of course, now I can even see USPS and see, maybe I'll go with them because they are less expensive. Okay. And also want to talk about one of our clients, Crown Metal Manufacturing Company. They've been with us since 2021, and you've probably seen their products anytime you visited like a retail store or a supermarket. They actually do like the clothing display racks and store fixtures, those wire shelves and racks. But great company, and again, they started using Starship in 2021. And as you see, kind of to summarize what I've been talking about this whole time, as Steve mentioned, that Starship has streamed their shipping and eliminated hours of manual work. The automation and accuracy we've gained have transformed how we fulfill orders and how quickly we get paid. So like I said, that's our key: streamline, automate, speed things up. Again, work more, but work less, but ship more. But as you see, they had some challenges. They were fast growing. They needed to scalability and automate a solution to keep pace with their growing business. And they, of course, like many of our clients that come to us, is, yeah, I'm using multiple carrier portals, wasting time. And then, of course, hey, after we process something, I'm cutting and pasting, or someone's manually typing in tracking information. So, of course, what Starship done is taken all that and streamlined it for them. So they're now just fast shipping shipments out the door as quick as can be. Okay. All right, and then if anyone is interested in taking a look at Starship, usually what we like to do is we have a discovery document that really has some questions about your shipping needs, requirements. So we usually send that out. You can fill that out, send it back to us. We'll take a look at it. And of course, make sure Starship's a good fit for you. But once we get that back, we like to schedule a follow-up call where we can quickly go over that document, answer any questions, but then jump into a live demo, show you Starship's integration live real time with Acumatica. And then here for joining the webinar, we are offering a promotion. So depending on the plan and how many years you want to prepay for, as you see, you can save up to 50% off of some of our plans. Okay. So like I said, appreciate everyone taking time to join today's webinar, and please feel free to reach out if you want to learn more or have any questions.
Thank you so much, Matt. Great. Well, I think that just about wraps everything up. Give you the rest of your day back, everybody. We really appreciate you spending your time with us, and we hope to see you on a future webinar. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.